Welcome back, guys. Deathbringer here, part 1, the Lothric castle. So, pretty much this is gonna be a PvE challenge. So, here are my stats for those who wanna see, my setup, the weapons I'm gonna use. So, overall, rules are gonna be in the description if you wanna follow the challenge. If you wanna do the challenge. So, pretty much an overview of the rules is that we are in New Game plus 7. You don't have to be really, even in New Game plus 5 or 4, still difficult to pull that off. But be at least in New Game if you want to do it. So, the rules of the challenge is you have to clear the whole level till the boss without sitting on a bonfire. But there's some specific rules. There's some mobs that you don't have to kill actually. Like these mobs that are sitting down, there's no need for you to kill. Like only mobs that are aggressive on you, there is a need to kill them, and you have to clear the whole level. That means the Deathbringer. So pretty much it's a very fun challenge. You have to also use a variety of weapon because I forbid the item that repairs your weapon, so you're pretty much forced to use a variety of weapons. So you can switch up with your inventory, no biggie. Here we see the bleed is pretty good on the first areas of the game. Most of the mobs die really quickly to the bleed, and we can use white sweeps of a great sword and it will bleed them out. So let's talk about the first area of the game really quickly. So in a developer's perspective, this area really helps you out to learn the basics of the game. It has some secrets, usually the people that make this game are really smart. Like when you go to the wrong direction, they will usually put harder mobs. Like imagine if you start the area and you go to the right and not to the left as I did. The mobs are really harder to the left, and they try to say you don't go that way. Silver cat ring. You can switch rings by the way through this run, no biggie. So pretty much the first area is a tutorial till the second bonfire of the area, and the distance is not that long. As I said, there are some secrets, like I think it's the regen that applies. Here we see the dragon. So, by the way, you don't have to kill the dragon actually. I think it's pretty boring to just stand with a great bow in the distance and just kill him. Like, there's no point, there's no fun in this kind of, let's say, play style. Like, I want the challenge to be fun, like to be fast paced. Like, you should run and kill everything as fast as you can. So here we pretty much see me fight in the night. I don't go to the mimic, I think. Yeah, I think I killed the mimic and then I failed the challenge. Probably that's why the door is open too. I just let the dragon kill everything upstairs. So you have to kill everything by the way, so you have to kill the mimics too. But if something dies and won't respawn and you fail the challenge, no biggie. For you hardcore people out there, you can just limit yourself by 1 Estus or whatever. It's no biggie. Here we see the Lothric Knights, and again I'm gonna talk about the game design a lot in this series. So if that interests you, you can stay and leave comments too. We can have a conversation. So pretty much as I said, FromSoft, when you go the wrong way, you will meet like much stronger enemies than the other way. So imagine that. And also sometimes they will put the big quote-unquote challenge right at the end, so that knight guards the second bonfire. And why they do that? They do that because so you can waste your Estus. Like I think you start with 3 of them in this level, so you can waste your Estus. And if you waste your Estus, you will start to think, where is a bonfire? Where can I find a bonfire? And you won't go further to the level. Like you won't go downstairs because you will see all these mobs. Like imagine if you don't have Estus. So you'll go upstairs and see the bonfire. That's a pretty smart way of developing a game, I have to say. Like, it's a really smart way to guide your players. Here we see most of the mobs in the first area will get stun blocked till death. That's why, if you think about it, most new characters don't have that much stamina, so maybe you don't have the time to finish them off. But starting class knight is OP. You can have a straight sword and pretty much kill everything. Even the Lothric knights will survive only one of your combo, and then if you dodge and stun lock them again, it's pretty much GG, like the Legural knights with the swords. And the knights with the shields are a different story, but here we see a trap. FromSoft usually does that a lot. Like, they place traps that you can pretty much see their traps in the open, and that's very fair to the player. Like, they won't just spawn mobs from thin air to ambush you. Here's another pretty interesting thing about their games. So if you let a thing spawn the Puss of Man, that thing is a very hard mob. It's almost impossible for a new player to kill it in his first try, like without a guidance or without someone telling them, oh, you know what, watch out, like, or use fire or something like that. Yeah, it's pretty much impossible. So, oh, by the way, I didn't do the tutorial area for the challenge because there's no really much of it to talk about. Like, it's just basic tutorial and there's almost no way to die. So, sorry for that. I skipped one area, if you can say that. But we will do all the areas of the game and the DLC too, which I have done a test run of the challenge in New Game Plus 5, and I assure you it's really hard. Like, you see me here just going around this area. Like, this area took me, I think, 2 times to complete. So even the first area takes time to complete. It's really easy to die. Some tips I have to give you is to always use the Ring of Steel protection and always use elemental rings when the enemies have elemental damage. Like, let's say in the Smoldering Lake, they have so much fire damage. Always have the fire ring on. It will save you a lot of problems. Also, another thing I want to talk about. You can use Hidden Blessing if you want to, but you can use the Seaward Juice, and you can pretty much keep your Ember and you can use it. If you use your Ember and an NPC invaders find you, you have to fight him. If you skip the area of the NPC invader and use the Ember, if he doesn't spawn, you don't have to fight him. I'm leaving that stuff to you. Well, whatever you like. If a guy invades you, you have to fight him, of course. But you can also, I don't know, if you think you don't want to PvP with other people, you can just rush the area, beat the boss, and then reset the challenge. No problem. It's not against the rules. This challenge is it's more of a, how can I say, battle of attrition kind of thing. You see me, I have still a lot of Estus, and always when I have time I'm using the Estus ring. It will save you a lot, so just make your preparations right and learn the layout of the area. So again, I'm gonna talk about the area layout by the developers. You see, this place here is actually the hardest kind of zone of the first area. And why is that? Because there are a lot of secrets here. There are a lot of things. First of all, I think there's an Estus shard here, and second of all, there's the key for the Grey Rats. So FromSoft usually does that. They will make the optional mini areas harder, but not too crazy hard, like not out of the world hard, but a little bit of harder. And yeah, many of you say like Dark Souls 3 is noob friendly. I disagree. I have one of my friends playing the game blindly, and his first Dark Souls game, and he had dialogue. Like, it took him a lot of tries to beat the first area, and he had me too. Like, I was there explaining stamina management and a lot of things that new players will never understand on their own, at least at the first area, maybe later, but they will never understanding the first area. These games are pretty weird and they're pretty special, so there's a special way of playing them. Anyway, silver count ranked, the sword cut going down here, killing that guy. Remember, if something will go aggro on you, you have to kill it. Things that won't go aggro on you, no need to kill them. Here we see another challenge, and they do the same thing as they did with the knight. This guy blocks the path to the shortcut. So they did exactly the same thing that they did with the red knight upstairs. Of course you can pretty much bypass him, but you will lose the loot of the area. You see, this kind of game design is really smart, because this guy will also kind of force you to lose many Estus. And here I'm getting advantage of that. Like, remember, new players won't do that. Like, if a new player sees that animation, he's gonna crap his pants and kite backwards. So always have that in mind. Like, you're not a new player, you know about backstabs and stuff like that. Killing that guy off, again, trap ambush, but still visible. So you can pretty much see a pattern here in From Software games. Like, the first to the second bonfire of the level, pretty quick, pretty fast, not a lot of secrets. Second bonfire to the boss arena also has a shortcut to the first bonfire, doing a full circle. And in both situations, before you get to the shortcut or to the bonfire, you pretty much have to fight a challenge sort of thing, like a mob that's kind of a mini boss of the area that will force you to lose Estus and stuff. So if I was a new player, I will have a little bit of Estus at this point. I will try to find the shortcut. So, but I'm not. I know the area like the back of my hand. So I'm using the scythe. You can't combo these guys to death because they will sometimes use the shield, but the scythe bypass that. I'm getting a little bit of kits, I'm getting cocky, but the thing is I have so many Estus that I don't care. And that's a huge problem about the new game plus, I believe. In most the areas are built for your Estus count. Like, you start with 3 Estus in this area, so the area is built based on that. But when a guy comes from the new game plus with 50 like Estus, there is no way he's gonna feel like a danger or a challenge. Like, even if I do mistakes, if something doesn't one-shot me and I have time to use Estus and a space probably, I can get hit so many times. Because remember, also mobs will give you back some Estus, so there is that too. A pretty interesting game design, won't work in New Game Plus. Maybe they thought like New Game Plus should be something like an easier experience, like just go on the game again, like a more chill experience. I don't know. Like, I can die very easily. Like, I think these guys, that guy can pretty much one-shot me if I play it wrong, but he has some moves that can one-shot me. But if you, let's say you don't wear the steel protection ring, then yeah, it's a holy shit, you see the damage these mobs do. And it's first area of the game, remember. Anyway, they get taking advantage of the ring again. So you see, FromSoft can't really do anything about New Game Plus, really, because the way the game is made, I believe, and this is my opinion, I believe that they should really just have a stable number of Estus and build the area around that. But then you lose the progression theme of the game. Like, then you're kind of stuck, because all your areas must have like the same kind of how can I call it, the same kind of progression time, because you have the same Estus. Like, the first area can be smaller than the second, because in the second area the developers know that you have more Estus. That's why the second area can be bigger, or even the third, etc. If you have a stabilized number of Estus in all the areas, then the developers can't really make the area longer. I don't know, like, I don't know an easy fix to that. Maybe have it like the areas get bigger and your Estus get stronger or something like that. I don't know, maybe the Estus won't have so much impact in the game, like the health of the player will have more impact. I don't know, I really like Bloodborne on that. I don't know, it's just me, like the Estus system is very good, but sometimes, like, you really see that in a New Game Plus. When you have so many Estus, the first area of the games become a breeze, really. Like, imagine if I was using bonfires and stuff. And you can say, oh, you have played the game a lot and you know exactly where the mobs are, etc. Yeah, I get that. And as I said, I died 2 times in this challenge. One time from the blue guy. He one-shot me with a combo. Like, he hit me and then roll catched me. You see here, I'm not even paying attention anymore, because there is no need. I'm switching to the great sword for the white swings right here. You all know. Oh, give me that green blossom, baby. Oh yeah. So anyway, you know the white swings. Here there's a trap. Yep. A new player might get scared, but again, I have the experience. You can pretty much die here, by the way. It's very easy to die if they do their panic combo. You see the damage is no joke. But I manage. I don't even use an ember, I think, in the first area. So here's the shortcut. Remember, low Nestus, you have to take the shortcut. So if you're a new player, again, in the game design aspect of things, really smart from the software. Remember, it's a win for the player to just open the door. If you die here, no biggie. It's a win for you. But some players won't realize where they are, so if you die from that guy, you might be screwed. Killing that guy who's gonna ambush the items. So pretty much the first area learns you a few things about the game. First of all, there's only gonna be a mini boss before the bonfire. Second of all, if you see a shiny thing, look around, there might be a trap. Third of all, if you find like 2 paths and one path is harder than the other, maybe you should first go to the easiest path. The other part is gonna be maybe a bonus area that you can pretty much go when you know where the bonfires of the level are, when you're familiar with the level, or it's a shortcut area that's gonna loop back to your bonfire. Killing that really fast, killing that guy too. And pretty much the challenge ends here, so I hope you had fun, I hope you learned something about our little chat here. I don't know why I picked that up. So, anyways guys, I will upload more levels of the area. The areas will get harder eventually. Check out the rules in the description if you want to do the challenge. And see you next time. Peace.